producers, including yourself, showed great courage to get stuff out and fight for it and argue it, and didn't mind the personal criticism. But what's happening now is it's much more difficult because you mentioned the Portuguese threat that you had. But journalists and documentary makers are being well and truly chased, but there's certain religions you mustn't mention anymore. Given what's happening now, would you still have made Death of a Princess?
Oh, definitely. Absolutely definitely. Without any doubt. But I can't claim any sort of great courage because I agree with everything you say, and it's become so difficult to get backing to do subjects that are politically dangerous. When the Tank Man got the backing, it was so wonderful to be back in that political territory. You know, films like Middlesex is dealing with sexual diversity and man and animal and all this. Okay, I'm proud of those films, but they're not really where I want to be, and the chances are not there. But you know, the courage of news teams is just phenomenal, and whether it's the broadcasters that are so afraid of controversy, aren't they? Don't you feel? I can't imagine anyone standing by. The last film that we saw, the clip. This is when I got back into South Africa to make a trilogy of films. And this was from a film called The Search for Sandra Lang. But basically, this was a girl who had been born of kind of right-wing, poor white parents, and I don't know, genetic throwback, whatever it was. But at the age of 11, she was expelled from her school for being racially impure. So what I did was to make a film where I went everywhere where she'd been in her life and talked to the people, you know, the headmaster who expelled her, the teacher who taught her, without anyone knowing what I was doing. But the third film in that was called Working for Britain, and it was about black families working in British companies. And one British company took this all the way to the High Court. And ATV defended me and defended me and defended me. It was a very, very expensive legal action. And then, you know, and then immediately after that, they took on Death of a Princess. I don't think there's that courage about anymore, do you?
No. You're quite right.
It's the companies. I think the individuals have got the guts.
I think we all spend a lot of time believing the strong political pressure that we shouldn't do these things.
Yeah.
I think when we actually take a decision on how to go, not too much goes wrong, other than things like the Hutton situation that blew up in London and nearly wrecked the BBC. But that was not a documentary. It was just a straight journalistic mistake that took place at 6 in the morning. But it did blow up. Yeah. So I think people are not looking for controversy. And when you're in the area where you're making programs from advertising, the advertisers like it even less. They might like the ratings. But just look what happened to Big Brother. I don't have anything about Big Brother other than the sponsors pulled out the day after.
Yeah, I agree.
So that's where there's a double hit. But it's not so much political. It's more commercial now.
I think you're absolutely right, yeah.